It is hard to juggle, especially creating and even being in a creative process, or breaking your creative process to, start somebody else's. It's definitely a lot to juggle. But it's just something I like doing, creating. So for me, that's like it's another hobby, and that's turned into like a job now. So.
You look terrible. I see the rest well in a month from now, this Hollywood big shot's gonna give you what you want. I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
What's going on, Fly Gang? Today we got one of my favorite clothing brands in this motherfucker. From the family, from the hometown, the home team, Richlee.
Yo,
Alright, tell them who you is, what you do, shit like that.
yo, it's Richlee, man. My name is Leah, born and raised here in Fort Wayne, Southside. Athlete for sure. Went to Hardin, we shut down. Went to Canterbury, won 2 rings, back-to-back state champion. Went off to school, did all that. And, kind of fell into the little fashion lane and, just been in it ever since.
I don't know why I thought you went to Sniper.
No.
Yeah, I thought you went to Sniper, I ain't even gonna lie to you.
No, man, I'm a Hawk for real. I'm a Hardin Hawk. I'm a Hardin Hawk. I'm wearing my Hawks to the end. But once they shut us down, I definitely ended up going to Canterbury.
Okay, yeah, that's where my brother went. My brother and my sister, actually. So, when you start with the fashion and stuff?
I started in fashion in 2017. My boy, one of my close friends, Lacey, put me on to the idea of creating clothes and creating fashion. I was at the time, me and him, we was trying to get to it,
Yeah.
And one of his ideas was clothes, and he was like, I don't really want to do it though. I think you should do it, And I'm like, no, I don't really think, that's what I'm trying to do right now, So it's kind of like something that kind of just, fell into my lap, through bro. But it was definitely a blessing in disguise,
Facts. So, what was like your first design?
So before Richlee, I started off as Federal Clothing. So like I used to take like my first design was like Pablo Escobar. I took Benjamin Frank, Griselda Blanco, and I put the space bar over there.
Niggas don't know about Griselda. Niggas do not know about her.
I covered up their eyes and put the Federal through it, and that was my first drop. Yeah, for sure.
So you said 2017 you started?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. What's the difference between the Richlee and the streetwear department?
So Richlee is my actual brand, and I'm taking Richlee to the point where I want Richlee to be like a high-end brand. So I'm not necessarily trying to get out of like the streetwear, but like I want Richlee to be like more high-end.
So you trying to be like say Palm Angels, not Supreme, that's strictly streetwear.
I mean Off-White,
Palm Angels, Rude.
like
that, yeah.
I'm trying to come like real fashion pieces, like leather suits, leather pants, like different just pieces, And then streetwear department, so that was kind of the brand that I created because I wanted it to. I feel like I could do a lot of the streetwear stuff that they be asking me for with the streetwear department that I don't want to do with Richlee because I really don't want Richlee to be 100% streetwear. So the streetwear department was kind of made from that idea of me being able to like pretty much capture everything in streetwear and turn it into a brand, like different things that I'm inspired by. And I wanted to make that into a brand, but kind of talking to, a few of my people, I think with the streetwear department, it's still going to be a brand, but it's going to be also like the streetwear department. So, a venture that I'm kind of doing now is putting all these pieces together to, you know, build my own factory. To become a manufacturer, you know, like me and my people that I'm working with, you know, we trying to like actually build the clothes now, you know. So instead of, you know, instead of like outsourcing or paying somebody else, you know, I'm trying to do it all myself, and as well as build brands for others, you know, because essentially, you know, that's still something that I do on a day to day. So I'm really just trying to take it all and bring it in house through the streetwear department.
Okay, so I'm shit, nigga, you family, so I know, you know, some things. So, what you graduated in?
13.
Nah, like what you graduated in from college?
Oh, I got my master's degree in business administration.
Okay. Yeah. So you ain't even fuck with graphic design, did you?
No, so I've always known how to like draw, so I've always like drew. So I feel like kind of just me being kind of already artistic like that. And I'm kind of techie too. It was just easy for something for me to catch on to. But you know, even now I'm still you always a student, so I'm still like pursuing different ways to, you know, get better. Even, you know, thinking about going back to school just to sharpen up my skills. You know, I feel like it'll definitely take me to another level, being able to, you know, get better at that. But yeah, no, that was kind of just something that was like self-taught through like YouTube videos and just trial and error. You know, it's been a couple years now that I've been working on it, so you know, you progress with time.
Niggas do not be learning, man. I be trying to tell niggas, man, stop asking me for shit. Go to YouTube, because I did graduate in it, but I don't be wanting to like I don't know how to capture other people's vision the way that they want it to. So I be like, go to YouTube, figure out how to do this shit. $25 for the, you know, Adobe stuff, and you straight. Like, just like, I can't help for some part of it. Like, I'll show you how to do it and shit like that. But like, for the most part, I go to YouTube for most of my shit.
See, I guess I'm different on that aspect. Like, I'm not really a talker, you know, so I have a hard time explaining. I can't explain, you know, I just like to get the job done, like, you know, so I'm the total opposite, because I can't explain, but I could get it done, you know, like, so I think I get frustrated explaining, like, that's just, you know, that's just not me.
Yeah, I don't know, I do too sometimes, but like at the same time, it's like when I got my own vision for like my shit, like say like Saint Street, when I got my own vision for that, I don't want to put that vision into everybody else's vision, because, you know, my shit, and I'll be like stuck on that vision, if that makes sense, you know.
And it is hard to juggle, you know, especially creating and even being in a creative process, you know, or breaking your creative process to, you know, start somebody else's. It's definitely a lot to juggle. But you know, it's just something I like doing, creating. So for me, you know, that's like another hobby, and that's turned into like a job now. So, you know, now I'm kind of used to juggling it now, but it's definitely hard, you know, like, and even working on something else, and then, you know, you kind of lose sight for what you're doing. It's definitely hard, but, you know.
Yeah. I be seeing you do like other people logos and shit like that. So who logos you made around? Like, you made them outside of the city? You made some outside the city?
So yeah, I got a guy in Vegas, you know. I made a couple logos for him, but a lot of my freelance work is definitely still in the city. I would say just probably because I don't really advertise it like that, you know.
I was about to say, you got a page for it?
Like, I do, but I don't. Like, I guess it's just something I never really advertise, you know. It's kind of just like a word of mouth thing, you know. And again, like, you know, kind of how we were just saying, you know, it's easy to get caught up, like, or, you know, so I don't really, like, it's just not something I press. Like, if it comes through, you know, but I don't really put it out there like that unless I'm just kind of in a creative mood where I feel like I could make 2-3 logos right now, but it's not something that I just do all the time.
Yeah, facts. So this episode is a RichLee episode, and I was gonna bring you some flowers, but, you know, so we can give you your flowers and shit like that. But I bought something else that I figured you would appreciate way more than some flowers. You feel me?
Okay.
Hold on. So I'm always supporting your brand and stuff like that. and I be showing love, but I got you some shit that don't nobody else got, you know, some shit that don't nobody else got, but
You said this one.
yeah, only me and one other person got that mug, and that's it, and they in New York, so
yeah.
yes sir.
Okay. I see you with the details.
Yes sir, you already know. But yeah, I had to get you some because it was one point in time where you remember that BYOB
Right.
event you had came to,
Yeah.
show some love. You had pulled up and I was selling my hats for like 40 and everybody was asking for a discount. And you was like the only person that pulled up and was like, how much your hat? And I was like 40. And you was like, fuck it. And you paid for it. And I was like, this the motherfucker that actually believe in what you got going on.
No, for sure.
So that's why that also kept me in the game. And I always hit you up and I tell you, I'll be like, bruh, you motivational as hell to me. Like, cause that make, like at that point in time, I was finna take all my prices down. But y'all had told me, don't take your prices down. They just don't know the value of what you got going on. So that's why I kept going, kept my shit at those prices. And then I just maneuvered from there. But my shit, I'm finna come back with it real soon. So we got some shit coming. I just wanted to give you some shit that, you know, we had tucked up for you.
I appreciate that for sure.
You know?
You ain't put that shit on.
I got to. Got to. So let's get back to the interview. So what's up with what I know Nipsey was a big motivation to you, just like he was to me. So when you hear the marathon continues, what you think?
Man, so when the marathon continues, you know, it's literally a marathon, like it's not a race, like, you know, and I think that's like one of the biggest things, like, you know, it take out all competition, it take out like everything but you know, like I feel like what we do, Rome wasn't built in one day, you know. That's like a motto I live by, like lay a brick a day, you know.
Yeah.
So I know that I'm not looking forward to come overnight or anything like that, you know. Like it's a real life sprint, like, you know, every day, every decision, you know, all that matters. So the marathon continues to me means like, you know, like we got a long way to go. Like, you know, we just getting started. Like, so I don't get frustrated by the little things or something not working, you know, literally laying a brick a day, like, you know, just steady going, you know, knowing that, you know, we in it for the long run. I'm not just, you know, here to ride the wave or, you know, what's hot, like, you know, we really in this for the long haul.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, Nipsey was a big motivational person, like to me and everything I be having going on. But I also see like you posting it all the time and stuff like that. Like it just be like, nigga, like the motivation, like yeah, the marathon continues. Like once when that shit came, like niggas wasn't thinking about life, you know, like that. And you hear like it's a marathon and you gotta slow down. Like you doing all this bullshit, you gotta slow down. You gotta keep going, keep pushing, and shit, take your skills to like another level. Cause with this shit, like I didn't even think, I thought I was gonna be doing clothes and shit like that for the rest, you know. But
you gotta go with the flow, man. You gotta go with the ups and downs, you know. Everything not always sweet, you know. And especially starting off, you know, we in a smaller city, so it's harder to get out there and you know do everything that one could do in a bigger city, you know. So I feel like it gotta be a balance, you know, and you gotta be in it for the right reasons too, you know, because it's easy for something to go wrong in this type of field, you know, or
yeah, facts.
like or just not even selling, you know, like it has the proper marketing, proper everything, like, you know, so it's just so much that go into it, man. Like, it has to be nothing but a marathon, you know, like thinking that you could come into this and like take the easy way or overnight blow up or, you know, make all this money just overnight, like it's never what it seemed. Like, you know, people really started, I know I really started in my grandma's living room, you know, like you really start out on the curbs for real. You really start in the basements, you know, like you have to put in that work. It's not something that's just gonna get handed to you or literally something that just comes overnight.
No, for real, for real. So, with that being said, what happened to you rapping? I saw you rapping, I was like, this motherfucker going crazy. I was like, oh shit. What happened to that?
I mean, I feel like that lifestyle is just not something that I desire, you know?
Yeah.
I don't really care too much for the fame, you know, and all the extras that come with it. I feel like that's like a crazy lifestyle, like, you know, and all money ain't good money. Like, you know, I want to definitely be able to get to a point where I can take care of my family, the people around me, give back to my community, but I don't like yearn for that type of fame, you know, or attention, or, you know, not having any type of private life, or, you know, the obsession or whatever it is, you know, that comes with all of that, you know, like it's more negative than positive, like especially now with the music, you know, and I don't know, like I think the stuff that I kind of was speaking on and that I kind of rap about, like, is like really dear to me, you know, it's sensitive.
Yeah.
So it's not something that, you know, I don't know, it's just, you know, I like to express myself, but the lifestyle is just, you know, I think it's too much for me.
Yeah. Shit, same.
Honest answer. That's an honest answer. Like, you know, I honestly feel like that's just not a lifestyle. I don't want all eyes on me 24/7, you know, and especially not in that light.
Yeah,
you know?
Especially, well, when you think about it, this shit all coexist, like fashion.
But one of those, but I feel like rapping is like, it really is like one of the more dangerous jobs, you know? Like people can get motivated and really inspired like through clothing, art, fashion, and other stuff like that. Like with that rapping, just because of the, I don't know, the aura around it, or like, you know, it's just dangerous, man. Like it's so much stuff that, you know, we don't necessarily get with clothing. Like we do, but we don't, you know? With clothing, it's more respect. I feel like with rap, it'd be more envy, jealousy, you know, like, so it's not something that I'll just.
Would you think, like, you think it's more of the rappers that's actually, like, rapping now? Like, the way niggas rap, it's like, I got this, I got that. You run up on me, I got this, like, type shit.
I mean, yeah, of course, but in the same sense, like, that lifestyle, like, you're almost promoting your money, you know? Like, with the everything, like, it's just almost like you're almost promoting it, putting it in their face, like, you know, and the stuff that they even want to listen to nowadays is like all that rah-rah, you know, and it's just, I don't know, for me, it's just a attention and a lifestyle that, you know, I don't really want. Like, I'd rather be chill in the cut, you know? I pop out and have fun when I have fun, but, you know, that's not something I want 24/7.
Yeah, that's what I be seeing your ass doing. Like, last year I seen your ass only popped out just for your birthday. That was it. Nigga. I was like, damn. Motherfucker came out with the off-white boots. I'm like, damn, this nigga actually studying and shit. This motherfucker
Man, I be chilling.
out.
That may be one of my faults. I'm like too chill, you know. Like, I think I party so hard, you know. If they know, they know. We party so hard, like 2014 to like 2018, we partied like hard, you know, like from the house parties and stuff like that. So, after pretty much everything came to, I was tired, you know. So I feel like I had to take a little break. So I have definitely been chilling out, you know, just recently, and even with the brand, you know, it's so much to it, and right now I don't really have a team, so, you know, everything's on me. So it's, you know, I don't really got time to do too much else extra, or else I'm taken away from.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Yeah, that's how I used to feel like it was. What, me and my cousins, my cousins, they like twins and shit like that. So it was me, them, and then I was kicking it with all of their friends. So it was like in 20, probably 14, 15, maybe 16, bro, we was doing like, I was doing so much partying that nigga, I failed out of PFW and had to go back like to community college to go back to PFW.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, like I gotta chill the fuck out. So once when that shit happened, I'm like, fuck it. You know what, bro? We finna, like settle down, get this degree and shit like that, and then figure out what we're gonna do with the rest of life. That's when that fashion shit came to me. So that's why I be telling you, nigga, like you a motivation, like for real, like.
I appreciate it.
Niggas do not understand, like you probably the Fort Wayne hero from what it look like, bro. You the hero.
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do.
Hey, for real, they trying to
a lot of work to do.
They trying to move it up, man. So how you doing in Vegas though?
Oh man, so honestly for me, the Vegas move was more so for a peace of mind than it was for anything. Motivation as well too. I think when I first went out there, I fell in love with the lights.
Yeah.
So for me, it was definitely like a motivation move, like, the bigger city, chase that dream type of vibe, I would say. So, I'm chilling right now. I really feel like I need to get out there, I'm not really out there like I need to be. Yeah, I'm really like, right now I'm outside. I'm in the house. I ain't outside. I'm like really in the house. Like I'm chilling. Like most of the time in Vegas, I'm working or resting up from getting off road, or traveling or something, or being here, So Vegas to me is kind of like a getaway, So what my plan for this year is to get outside and put myself in positions to network and meet different people. But for these past couple years that I've been out there, Vegas really been like the getaway,
Yeah, facts. That's the move, bro. Either Vegas or Texas. That's where I'm trying to go, man. I'm trying to get the financials and stuff right to where, boy, motherfuckers can move out to either Texas or Vegas. Cause I'm trying to get away from Fort Wayne. Like, it's not Fort Wayne, but it's just like to the point to where the creativity is just not there. So it's not really helping me, but I also want to make connections outside of Fort Wayne type shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think that's important too. I mean, we a small city, like, and just the reality of it, like, just from traveling, like when you go different places, people don't know what Fort Wayne is. Like they say Indy or like like they know like East Chicago before they know Fort Wayne or something like that.
Or South Bend.
So I feel like it's important to get out there because we don't have like that one person or like someone that's in our area, like in the industry, that's like reaching back to pull us up or to get us there,
Yeah,
so I feel like for us, it's a barrier that has to be broken down,
Yeah, that's you though. That's you.
Man, we working again. We got a lot of work. We got a lot of work to do,
Yeah, facts. So I saw you posted a picture or something like that, and you was at, I don't know where it was. It might have been like a sneaker store or something like that, but they was selling RichLee.
In Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did have RichLee in a couple of clothing stores down there, and it went well. It did go well, but I just. One of the stores, he ended up shutting down and moving back to Chicago. But also kind of like with RichLee, I be wanting to put them in the stores just honestly, but I'm not at a point that the numbers line up and make sense. Like it's almost better for me to just sell it on myself than to go through stores right now because I'm not at a point where I'm getting a large enough order that it makes sense for me to,
They taking portions from it.
Yeah. Like they getting percentages or, some on top of it. So for me, it don't really.
What's the least percentage that they take? So say like one store might take 20, another one might take 10, another one might take 30.
No, the lowest I ever seen was like 12%. And then the highest got up to like 20. But like I said, you know, right now, being, you know, small business, hustling, entrepreneur, you know, it just don't make sense for me to do that, you know, like especially if with, you know, me building a brand to where I built it, you know, why let you sell it for me? And,
and then you got your own shit anyway. So.
You know, so it's like, right now the numbers just don't add up. Once it make more sense, you know, it'll be easier to do it, but right now, it's just, you know, it ain't the time.
Yeah, that shit dead.
Yeah, I gotta just grow, expand a little more.
Facts. I mean, you out there though, like you further than most motherfuckers. Like most motherfuckers don't even make it past 25 t-shirts. So
man, hey, I mean, I don't feel like it's ever anything wrong with that though. Like, you know, I still do drops like that, you know, where it's a smaller quantity, especially like if it's like something limited or something, you know. Nothing's never too small or too big, you know, not a thought, not an idea, you know, so, I mean, I feel like you gotta start wherever you gotta start, you know, like, or do whatever you gotta do. It's nothing ever too small or too big, you know. I still do a 25 t-shirt order, you know.
But that's limited for you though, right?
I mean, no, I'll do it just to do it. I mean, you know, I'm not putting no holes on, I mean, nothing, like, especially like, you know, if you build your brand value up and you could charge a certain dollar amount for these teas, you know, it still makes sense.
Okay.
You know? Like, especially if you want to see how I do, you can always come back to it.
So when you raise your prices, when did you feel like you had to raise your price?
When, again, the numbers wasn't on. You know, like, I feel like, especially with like the recession, whatever you want to call it, or like, you know, inflation and stuff, like the prices of everything is going up on my end, you know. Like, so lifestyle, I'm talking about manufacturing, the shipping, you know, so like in order to even just keep up or be able to keep going, you know, you gotta raise the prices. So it ain't even about like personal reasons, like you have to do that just as business, like to keep up or to keep in business. Like, you know, if the cost of t-shirts, cost of shipping go up, you know, and then one of my big things is quality, so I'm like real big on quality, you know. So I rather produce quality, so I pay an extra fee just because I'm getting quality products. You know, I don't go the cheapest route, so it costs me just a tad more just because I'm trying to deliver that quality. So I went up on prices once all my prices started going up. You know?
For the quality, you know, check, I also saw that too, because I remember buying the RichLee, the one with the ape on there, the space ape. I remember buying that, and that was a regular shirt. This one, I like this one. I like this one. I like when the collar's like this. If the collar is not like this, I don't want it.
Oh, quality.
Facts. That's how the Saint Street joint says. If the collar's not like this, like, I wouldn't sell you something I wouldn't want.
Right.
So I'm glad you did this instead of doing like a regular, you know.
Oh yeah, no, them days over.
Facts.
Like now, the only thing that I make now that's not even custom. The only thing that's not custom that I make are these tees. Like everything down from like my socks to the underwear to the hoodies and sweats. Now everything is like a Richlee mock. Like, so I don't use like gilding or anything like that no more. Like all of my hoodies and stuff are Richlee hoodies.
Yeah, that shit good.
So they're all custom, like down to the sizing, to the fabric thickness, like everything I do now is like a Richlee. So I don't use vendors for like gilding and stuff. I don't use that no more. So
I'm glad you said that, because most people, like you said, you wanted niggas to look at RichLee like a designer brand. Most streetwear brands do not have this type of collar. They got like the gilded, you know, collar. So it's like Supreme. Like, I be studying this shit too.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I could definitely say for like almost the past year, I haven't used, you know, None of them.
Okay.
I only on my t-shirts is what I get like from the USA, but everything else is like custom. All my RichLee is custom. Those are RichLee prints or RichLee hoodies, RichLee shorts. Like they all custom made. Like each piece is handmade. Like it's
Okay.
you know these not. I ain't buying them and getting shit stitched on. They're literally all getting built.
So what you doing is you getting the shirts custom made the way that you want, and then you do the print, right?
No, I got people overseas that do them.
Okay. But I seen you doing the prints for some stuff, don't you?
Well, like I said, with the streetwear department now, you know, we in the process of getting all of our own equipment, you know, so I will be, you know, doing my own designs and prints, but I'll still, like I said, all my hoodies are RichLee hoodies. Like those are custom hoodies. You're not gonna find a hoodie that's like RichLee because it's not one. Those are custom made.
Yeah.
To the size, the length and width of the sleeves and torso, you know, and like I said, the thickness of the fabric, even the type of fabric, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like begin those wholesale, even maybe possibly, you know, selling like RichLee blanks, you know. But I won't be doing I won't make them, but I'll like print them.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just get them over here in bulk. So like I'll just order bulk hoodies of RichLee blanks, and then I'll print on them myself.
That's smart as shit.
You know?
Smart as hell.
So just basically bringing everything in-house besides actually making my clothes.
Okay.
So like the embroidery, the screen print, you know, and then offering those services to people.
So when did the jacket come to
The Letterman?
play? Yeah, like what was your creative process during that?
Man, where did I saw a Letterman jacket somewhere, and I'm like, no, the Letterman jackets came into play because I never got my Letterman jacket.
Okay.
Like, you know, like I said, I was an athlete at Harding, varsity, got all my patches, you know, and at Canterbury, but I never was able to get a Letterman jacket. So I'm like, I'm gonna make my own. So, you know, that's kind of when I sat down, got the sample and made my own. You know, I couldn't get one, so I'm gonna make one.
That shit tough.
Oh, for
That
sure.
shit
I got the
tough.
Hard and Hawk one coming on the way. Yeah,
Green and yellow.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop out with it when they least expect it. You know, I keep changing my design. That's one thing I do. I probably overly critique my own work.
Yeah, that's how I am.
So I keep changing it, but I got a hard and Hawk one in the process.
Okay.
It's in the works right now.
That's on the works.
Yeah,
It's on the way.
Hold me to next winter.
Okay.
Next fall winter. I think that might be the first.
What you need to do is a fashion show.
Oh, we already in one. August 26th, I think, on the landing.
Okay.
They having one, and RichLee will be featured in it. Man, I want to do fashion shows. I want to do fashion shows in the city. I've even tried to start like the process of doing them, but I feel like my vision for it, like,
Too big.
I don't even want to say too big, but I am scared, like, you know, because I get into the process, you know, and you can't expect everybody to be all in on your vision or even to see the vision or to buy into it, you know. And even just for the city, you know, like, I don't want to get myself in too deep, you know, and I don't even really know how to say it for real, like, cause I want to do the fashion show, you know, like I do, but, you know, I don't know if we ready yet.
Hey man, just tap in with some people.
I don't know if I'm ready yet, you know.
Shoot. Hey.
But when it comes, it's gonna be one man down. Forget it.
Hey, that's what we need, especially here, cause
Yeah.
we just need some more shit around here, bro. Like for real.
Man, the ideas are there. The ideas are big, you know. But I feel like it all goes kind of hand in hand. Like once it's time, it all fall in place, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
Like it's like you said, it's a marathon. You know, you can only do so much. You know, and it's a small business. You know, it's literally something that was built from the ground up. You know, so
Yeah.
for me, I feel like I'm still like laying the foundation. You know, and you gotta pay to play. That's just how I go, you know. Like, and it's not cheap, especially like now. Like, you know, I probably just for shipping, like to get hoodies or even shirts or shorts over here, you know, shipping range from like just an estimate of $750 to $1,000+, you know.
Yeah.
And that's just the shipping on top of whatever you gotta pay for everything else, you know. So again, I'm saying that you gotta pay to play. Like, it's so much that go into it, you know. I feel like for the vision that I have and what I gotta do, I gotta be ready.
Yeah, I don't think niggas know that though, cause that's why it pissed me off once when niggas ask for like discounts and shit like that, cause even when you shopping overseas, you gotta pay for the quantity, you gotta pay for the quality, and then you gotta pay for the shipping. So every little like detail that you see in here, whether you a regular consumer or not, like you might not know that it cost me X amount of dollars to make this shirt.
Right.
And then on top of that, it cost me X amount of dollars to buy this shirt X amount of times.
And I mean,
which adds up.
And I feel like that go back to what you were saying earlier. Like, you just gotta know your value and don't lower your price. Cause I feel like even in the times where, you know, somebody came to me and wanted a discount and I ended up giving them a discount, I ended up getting mad later because somebody else came that wanted to pay full price.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like that just comes with standing on your price. You know, like you almost gotta make people respect your hustle. You know, like, and that's just what it is, because they'll go anywhere else and pay top dollar for anything else. You know. So for me, it almost was just like, you know, after seeing that so many times and, you know, falling short so many times because I done gave everybody a discount, you know, it just came to a point where you gotta be like, you gotta know your worth and stand on that, especially trying to get to that next level, you know, because it takes a lot, you know. And even with the clothing industry, like, it ain't a 9 to 5, so if I don't sell no clothes or if I don't do nothing, I ain't getting paid.
Facts.
And I still got it. So, you know, it became to the point where, like, you know, a business is a business, you know. And if you want to keep your business open and continue to, you know, survive or do what you got to do, you got to stand on your price and on your value, you know.
Yeah, facts. That's facts. So, when did you feel like, I'm finna quit my job? Because I remember you told me, you was like, yeah, I'm finna quit my job and take this shit full time. What made you do that, and when did you do that? When did you know you was ready to do that?
So I graduated school in May of 2019. I think I got a job like that October, and I ended up only being in the job until like March of 2020. So what? It might have been like 4 months or something. Like, I don't even think it ended up being 6 months.
Yeah.
But, you know, just when I was working at Chase at the time, you know, I got a master's degree. You know, I don't even know if they was paying 15. They might have been paying 15 at the time, but, you know, the hours were like part-time. So, you know, like every 2 weeks it was like $300, you know. Like, I got a master's degree, you know. So I'm like, I could make that with the clothes in a day.
Yeah.
And I feel like it got stressful, you know, that type of environment, that work environment, and there was other stuff going on, and I'm just like, man, I could do it, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I can make more money outside of work than I am sitting there for 2 weeks or whatever. So, you know, I just took what I had and just went all in. I think I had bought like maybe like 100 t-shirts and got them done, and I haven't looked back since.
Go.
You know, but at that time, I was still getting Gildan t-shirts and stuff like that, you know, and this was like before the price spike. So I was probably getting some shirts for like $2 or $3 at the time, you know, because before inflation came and everything went up, they weren't that high. So for 100 shirts, you know, it's on $200-$300, you know, for maybe max.
Yeah.
So it was different back then. So, you know, I was able to get those shirts and just do what I did with them. And at the time, I was still in the process of doing my customs and stuff too, you know. So I wasn't just solely dependent on RichLee. You know, I was still here in town making customs. So I had customs orders coming in, you know. So it wasn't even just at the time me going all the way in on RichLee. You know, I went in on the customs and stuff like that too.
Okay, yeah. I seen you doing like birthday shit to
You know.
other people logos and shit like that too.
Yep.
So that shit, I know that shit helped out for real, for real.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what I started with. You know, I didn't start off with like a brand. You know, because I was like, if I'm gonna do it, you know, I need to learn it first.
Yeah.
So before I launched my brand, like I was always cooking it up. But before I like presented it and launched it, you know, I made customs.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of learned the little industry a little bit, got the little knowledge that I had through making the customs, you know. And then once RichLee got to the point where RichLee was generating enough revenue that I didn't have to create customs, as well as, you know, like the press machine started like causing me health problems, you know, like just because of like snatching it up, yeah, you know, like so that's what kind of really made me step away from the custom side and all that stuff. And of course, RichLee got on his feet and was generating enough that I, you know, didn't really have to do customs.
Okay, yeah. That's some goat shit. For real, for real. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't overnight. It definitely wasn't overnight. I mean, it's still not, you know, where I would want it to be, you know. But he said, you know, it's a marathon, so, you know, ups and downs through everything, you know, I'm with it, you know, I'm in it for the long run, so I'm not looking for everything to be perfect right now. You know? I'm still learning, still growing, you know, there's so much that I don't know. I have to learn, you know, so.
Facts. So, when it comes to, when it comes to RichLee, I seen you have posted a picture of somebody hairstylist wearing RichLee. Who was that?
Oh yeah, we got Eric Tay RichLee. He Nicki Minaj and Ari hairstylist. He a famous hairstylist in the industry. He was one of the first celebrities to get into RichLee. Wearing the classic loyalty over love tee. Yeah. It was crazy. I think somebody saw it on his page and screenshot it and sent it to me. Cause I had sent him a package of shirts, but I like, you know, I never like just paid attention, and just one day, you know, put that mug on. He was doing Ari hair and posted it. It was lit.
Explain how you felt at that moment.
Oh man, I was lit. You probably couldn't told me nothing at that moment, you know. I'm like, man, like, okay, that mean, you know, we doing something, like, you know, people aware, you know. I felt good, you know.
What was you doing?
I can't even remember.
Oh man, you forgetting the good parts of the marathon.
Hey man, it's so much that go on a day to day. I do so much, meet so many people. I mean, I feel like for this, it's been so many good moments. Like, you know, like every transaction is, you know, like, man, it's so much. Like, you know, it's a blessing for sure, but every moment is, you know.
So who else be wearing your stuff?
So I got Aaron Gate and then Mozzie. I got Mozzie. Mozzie gave us a shout out and everything. I sent him
M-O-Z-Z-Y?
Yeah.
Hell gang Mozzie.
Yeah, I sent Mozzie a package that touchdown in the Bay. And I mean, in Cali, and it's so crazy because when it touched down, I was in the Bay.
Oh,
so like when he posted it, and you know, I was in LA, I was in the Bay Area, you know, so I was even more lit, you know. So I'm riding around LA, we bumping Mozzie, you know. I was with my friend, we was out there. Yeah, no, that was lit, especially being in LA at the same time. I mean, I was trying to find dude for real. It was,
that's what's
he was lit for sure.
How was the ATL pop up? Wasn't it a pop up?
Oh yeah, the Atlanta streetwear market. Yeah, we had to submit the information, and they chose us to come down there and set up. And it was love, you know. That was one of my first times being like to the A, in the A, you know. And I ain't never seen that so many black people at once. So, you know, like culturally, like that shit was crazy. Like, you know, it was a vibe. Like, you know,
that's the Black Hollywood.
Man, hey, you know, for real, it was a vibe, man. It was like love, you know. Really crazy experience. You know, I loved it. Like lugging all the stuff down there. You know, like I said, it was just me. So it was crazy because I had two brands that I took down there at the time. You know, so it was just me doing all that work. And it was crazy, but it was, man, I don't even know. I got mixed feelings about the A after that, but it was fun though. It was an experience. It was a learning experience. I got to network, meet a few people. So it was dope, man. It inspired me. I can honestly say that the streetwear department was inspired by the Atlanta streetwear market.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Because even with the streetwear department, I founded the streetwear department market. So that's another side to the streetwear department that, we haven't really been pushing yet, because again, to me, I'm laying a brick a day trying to build a bigger.
So, with that being said, we ain't really seen too much from, the streetwear department unless it's like, I don't know if you'll call it like collab with RichLee maybe, but explain the streetwear department.
So the streetwear department is going to be the streetwear brand. But, like I said, talking to my people, they like, why not make it the actual streetwear department? So that's where people come and we make your streetwear. So like brands come, and I'm building streetwear brands, Like it's something that I already do now, and we just bring, like I said, bring it all in-house with us, getting these different machines and different pieces, to be able to make the clothes in-house, coming up with our own blanks and stuff like that, So we're bringing the streetwear department, We're actually the streetwear department, We're going to be making clothes, rugs, hoodies, building brand consulting, marketing, all of that good stuff, I'm basically building a fashion house,
Okay.
And then the market, the streetwear department market that I was just speaking on is, I was trying to do an event last summer, but I couldn't get everybody that I wanted on board. But the streetwear department market will be like something similar to the Atlanta streetwear market, and I wanted to start off in the Midwest and then take it out west where I'm at, to where, we have the streetwear brands and, the smaller brands, all come and showcase their brand, open to the public to come shop. And see these different brands, bring brands. I want to do one here in Fort Wayne and bring brands from Indianapolis, and then I'm working with my guy Rich, they tied in with Keto and them, So we want to try to get him up here and do stuff like that.
My boy David, bro.
So, through him, through Rich and them, trying to get them up here, so like it's something bigger that we trying to do, But so I just let y'all in on a little secret, But that's just something that we working on the back end, like trying to bring something like that to the city,
Yeah.
Like that's my next step as far as like fashion in the city, and trying to give back and put resources out there for folks, like creating the streetwear department and then the streetwear department market too, because that'll allow, different brands around the city and people from out of town to come in, network, all set up one shop, and let the people come out, support us and see all the different brands. So that's something that I'm really working on.
Okay, that's what's up. See, I thought that shit was something completely different. Like I thought it was you heard of Dover Street Market? It's out there and like it's overseas, but they sell like all like the high fashion streetwear shit. So they sell like Off-White, Palm Angels, Comme des Garçons, like all that shit.
So on the streetwear department market, like, so we were like putting stuff like that out there,
Yeah.
like one-on-ones, vintage clothing and stuff like that. We were doing that. We still are going to do that, But the bigger scope of it is to like, be a platform for streetwear.
Yeah.
Like, so even though we will do stuff like that, I'm still trying to, bring the community together and give people opportunities, showcase their brands all under one roof and bring different people in that we can network with. Really trying to bring everybody together so we could put Indiana on the map.
Facts. That's what's up. That's what's up. I fuck with that for real. So, next question we got is Easy Racks mukbang. What's up with that? How did that happen?
You talking about the cover?
No, just like, oh, you did the cover?
I thought you were talking about the Richlee shirts on the cover.
Or you talking about that?
Yeah, what you
I
talking
didn't even
about
notice
with the mukbang?
that. I'm talking about the actual song, like where he was like,
Oh, that. It wasn't a mukbang, but it was a song off the album.
what? I thought he said,
Crazy how I
make
made Crazy
Yeah.
How Make Her Go in this Richlee.
Yeah, I thought that was mukbang.
No, that wasn't mukbang.
What was that?
I can't even tell you this song off the top of my head right now.
Oh man, did your shit go crazy after that?
I mean, it was definitely love, you know. I don't know who all caught it, you know, but it's definitely love between, you know, me and Rax. I fuck with Rax so heavy.
You know I caught it, nigga. You know I caught it.
Yeah, I don't know who all caught it, you know. They ain't like, you know, won't go on the phone down. You know, I definitely hit him up. I was excited, you know, I was lit for sure, but you know, I don't know who all caught it, but you know, I fucks with Rax and I'm heavy, you know, their gang, you know, they show me love, you know, it's all love.
That's what's up. Yeah, I ain't even listened to it. Like I listened to. I don't know how I heard it, but
I think it might be
somebody must have posted it, and I was like, let me check this shit out. So I listened to it, and I heard like the first joint. That's my shit. That intro, that motherfucker go crazy. And then I heard like the first few songs. I'm like, all right, this shit cool. You know, I don't really listen to you know a lot of niggas.
Locals.
Yeah, like I do, but I don't. But like, you know, but when I got to that song, I was like, hold on, let me rewind this shit. What'd he say? What'd he say?
Crazy how I made that bit going. Shout out Rax, man.
Hey man, I heard that. I was like, oh, my nigga is on the map, man. My nigga is on the map.
No, Rax them show me love, and that's definitely all love, because you know, with them doing what they do, they definitely don't have to put on Richlee. You know, they can go put on whatever. You know, they can go buy what everybody else buying. You know, whatever. So, you know, it's definitely love. You know, and I appreciate them. You know, and I always tell them. You know, I always show them love, much gratitude. You know, because they could go and put on anything else. You know, but they repping the city, showing love. And I think that is another part that's important for all of us to come together. You know, to put the city on, because you know it's only gonna take one.
Yeah, facts. Tell that nigga to come to List Top 5, bro. Come, Rax, come up here, man. Tell him to pull up, man. We gonna get him up on here and get him straight. So we down there towards the end of the interview. What's your goals in life? What you got going on? What you trying to accomplish? I know you said you want to get the family right. You trying to get the bread to get your family and shit right. So what else you got? You know that you trying to do?
I mean, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I want these brands to, you know, I want Richlee to be a household name, you know. So, you know, if my brands could take off, you know, that'll be everything. But I do think that a big goal for me is to get my factory open, you know, and actually be manufacturing clothes, as well as, you know, I do want to open a store, you know.
Yeah, that's
so
what I
before it's all said and done, you know, I gotta get at least one good store in there somewhere, you know. So between, you know, the manufacturing clothes and getting the store, you know, I know that's gonna take a lot and some time. So that's something that's big for me. And then with my family, you know, just purchasing this club downtown, you know, I'm anxious to see.
Right quick, before we end the video, you know.
So we got the downtown bar between Mike's and the Lincoln Life building. Downtown Fort Wayne, it's a bar and hookah lounge. You know, I think it's something that's great for our community, you know, our people, you know. Downtown, you know, especially with downtown growing, so, you know, I'm hoping that and anxious to see where that go and how that turned out, you know. It definitely got me back on my party, you know, back in my party mode, you know, so I'm excited, man. It got me hoping, I'm just hoping it takes off, you know, see where we could take it, and, you know, got me want to open a club in Vegas, you know, so, hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, I think I pretty much got my feet set in the routes that I want to go. Right now is pretty much for me about executing the plan, you know, so
facts.
I think, you know, man, I do want to be like a pillar for our community, you know, like, one thing I always say is, you know, I do want to want people to know that it's like a different way, you know, like, especially coming from where we come from, like,
you already there,
you
for
know,
real.
like, you know, especially now, I feel like it's getting crazier, and our city starting to do stuff at a younger age that we weren't doing back in the day, you know, so I want them to still know that you don't gotta do that, even with me being an athlete. You don't have to be an athlete or whatever to make it out, you know. You can make your own way, you know, or even with me, like, turning your pain into a purpose, you know, like, that pain don't gotta be anger, you know, like, it could be something else. You could, you know, find your purpose through it, you know, like, so I feel like just, you know, just showing my people it's a different way, my family, you know, everybody. Like I just want more for all of us, you know. So, you know, I'm just trying to keep going the direction I'm going, you know, and see where it take me. You know, I feel like for once, I finally got something that I can control, you know, and nobody can paint a narrative on me, or you know, you can't like say anything like, you know, you can see it for yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's not something that somebody else can control or over me, or even like with basketball, or you know, people see it for themselves, you know.
Yeah.
I think I love what I do, so I would say for my plan for my life is to, you know, maximize this and see to what heights I can really take it.
Yeah, that's what I'm on right now. So, before we end the show, I want you to tell the people just one thing that you wish you would have told yourself, some motivational, something, you know, to get the next person through what they going through, because they might not be, you know.
You gotta believe, like, you know, you have to believe, like, nobody will believe in you until you believe in yourself, you know. And, you know, like, you gotta stick to your plan. Like, what everybody else say outside, that don't matter, you know. Like, everybody's not gonna buy into your dream and into your vision, you know.
Yeah.
But you have to, you know, and you have to be 100% in. It's not something that you can just dabble in with. Like, if you want it, you gotta be committed to it and believe, you know.
Yeah.
And one of my grandma's favorite sayings, and I got it tatted on me, is walk by faith and not by sight. You know, so I feel like, you know, you believe, you have your faith, and put your all into it, you know, and there's nothing that nobody can say or do to stop you, you know. And what's meant to be is gonna be, like, you know. So I feel like, you know, you gotta cut off all the critics, cut off what everybody say about you. You can't really worry or matter about what people say or think, you know. Just be you, because in the end of the day, you know, it's gonna show. You know?
Yeah.
It's gonna show.
That's what's up. Anything else you got coming soon? Just let everybody know.
Man, so much coming soon. I don't know where to start, man. You know, y'all gotta just tap in, man. I'm all over the place. You know, I'm working to get everything. You know, to be everything. But man, you know, just,
tell them where to tap in at.
Man, on Instagram we RichLee CEO. The brand page is RichLee Apparel. Facebook Tommy Lee. You know, and well, what else we on? Shop online at shoprichley.com. You know.
Yes, sir. With all that being said, everybody stay fly. We just had an interview with Richlee. Y'all, go check her out.